AFC Championship game coming up this weekend. Sunday in Baltimore, Chiefs' sixth consecutive AFC title game. Who better to bring on, talk about that and much more with my good friend Kevin Keitzman, the host of the ever-growing and popular podcast, Kevin Keitzman Has Issues. What's up, Kevin? Good morning, my friend.
Pete, it's championship week in Kansas City, something we are now accustomed to every year. I think they should skip the regular season and just advance us to January, put the Chiefs up against anybody else they want, and let's play for it.
I like that. Hey, before we get to the game, did you see the mayor of Baltimore put out this fancy video, doing one of these cheesy politicians bets with Quentin Lucas? Did you see that video by chance? Brandon Scott there in Baltimore?
I did not see it. What did he do?
Well, he just, he's challenging Quentin Lucas. He's doing one of these, I'll bet you, Baltimore crab cakes and the whole thing. But here's what bothered me. So here's Brandon Scott. The guy oversees one of the most dangerous cities in America. And he's doing this video in a Ray Lewis jersey. Ray Lewis, of course, double murder charge. The guy got out of the double murder charge by ratting out his buddies. Meantime, why not wear the jersey of your current quarterback who got you to the game, who's won an MVP, instead of the guy who's charged with double murder who hasn't played football in over 10 years? You check it out when we're done here, but it's ridiculous.
I will. Ray Lewis literally got away with murder. I mean, that's crazy. But, politicians like to represent their constituents and the people that vote for them, and I'm sure Ray Lewis is a hero among his voters. And Baltimore was the murder capital, but Kansas City's got to be right there now, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I looked it up. Homicides in 2023 in Baltimore, 263. They were at 348 back in 2019. So you got to hand it to Baltimore. They're heading in the right direction. Kansas City just set a record for homicides in 2023. So you're right. On a per capita basis, we're probably worse than them right now.
I'm expecting Mayor Q to take a victory lap to get off the potholes and all the other stuff going and the reparations that are going on this January and say what a crime-free January we've had here in Kansas City. But the reason, of course, is the cold weather.
Yes.
Murders are down this January because of the cold weather.
I know. KCPD did a little thing last week after the Crown Center shooting, like, hey, our shootings are heading in the right direction year to date. It's like, guys, we're 2 weeks into the year, and it's been 0 degrees for half of that time. I mean, relax.
We've all been locked down.
It's so true.
All been locked down.
It's so true. Hey, before this game, Jim Harbaugh got hired by the Chargers yesterday. Does the AFC West now have the best collection of NFL head coaches with Andy Reid, Sean Payton with the Broncos, and now Jim Harbaugh with the Chargers?
That's a good question. I think you're probably right. And Antonio Pierce, who now got the full-time job with the Raiders, did really a remarkable job after taking that team over mid-season and improving the way they were playing. We saw that they came to Arrowhead and beat the Chiefs. So, we saw that. Yes, absolutely. These are accomplished coaches. Jim Harbaugh's won at every level. He won with the Niners, then he won in the college, then the Niners, then college again, and now he's with the Chargers. So it's a little daunting, but I think we saw this year it's getting harder for the Chiefs to win this division. At some point, somebody's going to step up. Patrick Mahomes is not playing his entire career and winning the division every year. That can't happen. That's never happened. So at some point, somebody's going to step up. It does look like it's getting better, and now there's rumors that Russell Wilson's going to go from Denver to the Raiders and actually stay in the division. So I don't know. It definitely will get tougher for the Chiefs going forward, but when you have Patrick Mahomes, you've always got to be the favorite.
Yeah, but you're right. I mean, you think about all those years with Tom Brady, one of the things Tom Brady had going for him with Belichick is that AFC East was a joke. I mean, that's when, the Bills pre-Josh Allen, the Jets are always a joke. The Dolphins were terrible. And the AFC West was not very good the last few years, but I think you're right. The next 5 years in this division will be much different than the last 5 years.
Yeah, the choices weren't great here for Belichick and Harbaugh. We thought it would be a better offseason for them for jobs. I mean, Atlanta was trying to court everybody and has been. The Chargers have a quarterback in place that some people think could be a great quarterback. Some think he's played long enough, Justin Herbert, that he'll never be great, that he's just a guy that's going to rack up numbers. And apparently neither one of these guys wanted to work for the Dallas Cowboys because they kept Mike McCarthy. Mm-hmm. And there are coaches that just don't want to work with Jerry Jones, so I understand that. Maybe the jobs just weren't that great because I'm not so sure how smart it is to leave your position and go into the AFC West against the Chiefs.
Exactly. All right. Now, this game this weekend, you look at the Ravens, you look at Lamar Jackson. I mean, they're the number one seed. But I don't know, Kevin. I mean, the Chiefs are underdogs by 3.5 points. I don't know. It feels like a lock to me at the plus 3.5. What about you?
Okay, my mom is 90.
Yeah.
She likes the Chiefs, but then when the playoffs come, she loves the Chiefs. She's been wildly entertained. Later today, I'm taking her to the casino. She wants to bet on the Chiefs. I'm not kidding you. I said, Mom, I can set this up on your computer. She lives in Kansas. Whatever. She goes, nope. I just want to go put one bet in on the Chiefs. So she says, I heard that they were 3.5-point underdogs. She now understands what that is. She wanted to make the bet. And then I told her about the money line. The Chiefs are plus 160 to win the game.
Wow.
And if you know what lines are about, that means they're basically 1.5 to 1 underdog. So you make more than you wager if the Chiefs just win the game. And she says, you're kidding me. She goes, I want to bet that one too. I said, let's go, Mom. Let's do this. I don't understand this one, Pete. Lamar Jackson doesn't win in the playoffs. He's the 20th ranked passer in the league, and they're going to hand him an MVP for whatever reason. I mean, they just seem to love him. The Ravens do run the ball, but the reason they run the ball is, their defense is really good. Their ball control, they play defense. Does anybody know that the Chiefs are the number 2 defense in the NFL? Like, the Ravens gave up the fewest points. The Chiefs gave up the second fewest points in the NFL this year. So the defenses are a push. Mahomes is better than Lamar Jackson, and the Chiefs have won 2 Super Bowls. Andy Reid's the better coach. Harbaugh's a fine coach, but I'm not sure I get this. Hey, could the Chiefs lose? Absolutely. But it doesn't add up to me. I don't know how the Chiefs aren't favored in this game.
I'm just blown away. Do you think there's also a little bit of chip on the shoulder? When you're Patrick Mahomes, you got to find ways to get a chip on your shoulder. Do you think this whole, he hasn't done it on the road yet, do you think that's juice for him?
Dude, the whole team. Travis Kelce is talking about it. They were talking about it in the locker room. They released a couple of clips. Mahomes says they asked for this. He was standing there with his teammates going, they asked for this. They asked for this. That was code for people are telling us we can't win on the road. We're underdogs. They asked for us to come here to Buffalo and beat this team. It's the same thing here. And if you think that's a motivation, how about the fact they're going to hand the league MVP to Lamar Jackson this year? Not Patrick Mahomes, not some other quarterback that's better than Lamar Jackson. They're going to give it to Lamar. And the reason that's going to happen is all these writers and all these people have been wanting to say for years and years that Lamar Jackson, well, he was before Mahomes by 1 year.
Yeah.
They're like, he's going to be Patrick Mahomes. He is not Patrick Mahomes. He can't pass. The Chiefs' defensive assignment this week is so simple. Now, executing it is hard. If you contain Lamar Jackson in the pocket and don't let him escape and run for 30 yards on a play, and you make him throw the ball, eventually he's going to give it to you twice, and you're going to beat this team. He's not a very good passer. He just isn't. He's certainly no MVP in my book. I wouldn't rank this dude top 3 or 5 in the league in MVP, and he's going to win it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you're right. All right, so Mama Keitzman is on the not just plus 3.5, she's on the money line as well.
Yeah, she figured out she'd never heard about a money line, a plus 160 bet. I'm like, she goes, I can bet $50 and I'm going to win 80. They'll give me 130 back. I said, yes. She says, I want to take $100 and put 50 on each. I said, done. I'll pick you up around 1 o'clock. We'll go out there this afternoon and you're all in.
Now, what's your cut of the winnings for driving her to and from the casino since she doesn't want to download one of the apps?
My cut is the blessing of spending the afternoon with my mom.
Yeah, you know what? Gosh, you're such a good
true.
son.
No, I'm not. I'm telling you, she's 90 and she's had some health things and she's really healthy now. It's amazing. She's with us. My dad has been gone for 25 years. I miss him every single day, and I'm just so blessed to be in a position in my life where I can spend some time with her. She's also going to play blackjack while she's there. All right, let's not paint this dog a different color. She loves to sit at that table and talk to strangers about blackjack.
Well, you know what? I respect her even more now. She's not she's not just sitting there at the slots mindlessly all day. She wants to think a little bit and do a little blackjack.
Yeah, well, she got to be on first base or third base, though, Pete. She will not sit in the middle of the table.
Wow, she's got this whole thing down pat. Oh, that's absolutely fantastic.
Well, she's only been doing it for 70 years.
Yeah.
Come on.
Now, does she split tens or no? What does she do? Does she like to split the tens or not?
No, she will not split tens. She'll take her 20 every time. She takes even money on blackjack. She's the most. Sometimes she will stay on 16 because she's afraid she's going to bust. She is very conservative, very child of the Depression. That's what she is.
Gotcha. Well, God bless her. All right. So you like, and I assume you like the Chiefs. I just hearing you here in this segment, you sound very confident going into this game.
Patrick Mahomes has played 3 straight postseason games with no turnovers and no sacks. No quarterback has ever done that in the history of the NFL in 3 straight postseason games. If Mahomes plays a clean game, the Chiefs cannot be beat. What you, I guess, worry about is the Ravens run the ball and get a lead, and somehow they don't get giant leads. I can't see them getting a big lead on the Chiefs, but could they get up 6, 7, or 10? Those things are all possible. Then if the Chiefs in the second half are trying to come from behind, it doesn't mean they're always going to come from behind. Just because Mahomes has doesn't mean they will. But let me reverse that. If the Chiefs get a lead in this game, if the Chiefs are up 6, 7, or 10 in the third quarter, and they make Baltimore a passing team, the Chiefs could run them right off the field. I mean, they could literally just run them right off the field. Last week against Houston, the Ravens were tied 10-10 in the third quarter at home against a Houston team that's good but not anywhere near where the Chiefs are. And Lamar Jackson throws a pass into the end zone right to the Houston defender, right on the numbers, and he dropped it. The next play, he drops back to pass. The coverage breaks down. Lamar Jackson runs it in for a touchdown, and now the game is pretty much over. Houston had its chance. They made him throw the ball. It was right in their hands, and they dropped it. The Chiefs defense, when Lamar throws it to the Chiefs, and he will, when he throws it to a Chiefs defender, you got to catch it. You got to catch it.
Love it. Kevin Keitzman, check out the podcast all week, every day. Kevin Keitzman Has Issues. We appreciate you, my friend. Enjoy that trip up to the casino, and we'll do this again soon.
Thanks. We'll see you out there later today, buddy.